Hi and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the basics around balance transfers. So let's get started. What is a balance transfer? So a balance transfer is essentially moving one debt to another debt. You're going to take the outstanding balance on either a loan or a credit card and move it to a new credit card or a new loan. It's an equal exchange, so that one debt remains one debt. It's just a new creditor that you owe. Why are balance transfers a thing? Well, companies offer balance transfers because it's a way to get new potential customers. The idea is that if you move a balance from another company to their company, then you're more likely to remain their customer as long as they treat you well. What's in it for the company that's offering the balance transfer? Well, aside from being a potential new customer, they also have a usual flat percentage rate or a minimum charge in order to move that money over. In general, the fee ranges from 3 to 5%, but there also is generally a minimum payment of like $5 or $10, and that's just to make sure that people don't move around really small balances. So if you have a lot of small balances and then the minimum fee is $5 or $10, and that is higher than the 3% it would be or the 5% that it would be, then that balance transfer might not make sense in your case. Can you negotiate the balance transfer fee? In most cases, the answer is no. I would just recommend that you wait for promotional periods because it is a frequent offer that a lot of credit unions, credit cards, and other private money firms can offer. You may have some luck if there is a future promotion that's going to be offered. In general, though, it is something that you just wait till you're either pre-qualified for or you see an advertisement. I've also heard in some cases where they do call up to try to negotiate where they don't get a fee, but then instead of having like a 0% APR for X number of months, they don't pay a fee, but then they have an APR attached. Or instead of getting like 24 months, that's 2 years at 0% interest, they get 12. Are there zero fee balance transfers available? Yeah, there still are. You just have to look for them. And in most cases, it's generally a credit union that offers that. How does the balance transfer fee work? Well, you don't pay the fee up front, so that 3% or that 5% is not something that you pay immediately. What happens instead is that your new balance is going to be the old balance plus that 3% or 5% fee. So let's say you had a credit card A, and it has a balance of $3,000. You decide in order to save on interest that you're going to transfer it to a different card that offers 0% interest for 12 months, but they have a balance transfer fee of 3%. Once you're approved, your balance on the new card is going to end up being $3,090 instead of the original $3,000 because $90 is 3% of $3,000. Do you need a good credit score to be approved for a balance transfer? Generally, the answer is yes, and it depends really on the criteria where whoever you are deciding to go with. Usually it's about 670 plus. Obviously, the higher your credit score, the better the rate or the longer the promotional offer can be. Who uses a balance transfer? Generally, a balance transfer is a good idea for anybody who's looking to save interest on a balance that they think they could pay off in a reasonable amount of time. Does a balance transfer hurt a credit score? So it can. Generally, having a balance transfer is oftentimes a hard inquiry, which could lower your score temporarily. If you are closing out the previous account, it can also change your credit age, and that could also have a negative impact dependent on how long you had the previous card or the previous loan for. There's also the chance that it changes your credit mix. So if you went from a fixed installment loan into a credit card instead, that would change it because it's a revolving line of credit instead of a installment loan. So it kind of depends on what's going on in your situation. Another thing that could potentially alter is your credit utilization. If you don't understand what I'm saying, check out this video. The video goes over what are the different criteria that are encompassed in generating your credit score. What happens if you don't pay it off in time? So again, this kind of depends on the terms of the balance offer you received. In most cases, you just pay the APR for the balance that is remaining. However, there are some cases in which you get backtracked. So it is the interest that is from the original amount. It's not a common situation, but it's one that's been highly portrayed in media. And I'm not going to say it's a myth because there are cases where that is true, but for the most part, it's not. That's why it's always really important to understand the terms and conditions that you are agreeing to. Can you balance transfer the same balance multiple times? Yeah, you can, and a lot of people often end up doing this because they are chasing a 0% interest rate for a long amount of time. The thing that you want to consider is just how many times are you paying the balance transfer fee, because at some point you're actually going to be hurting yourself more than saving yourself, because with multiple 3%, 5%, you are essentially just going to meet the amount of interest that you would have paid had you just paid off the original balance with the original loan or the original credit card. Is a balance transfer the same as debt consolidation? No, they're not the same thing, but there is a chance that you could use multiple balance transfers in order to help you with your debt consolidation if the credit limit is high enough. But again, there's going to be a whole separate video on debt consolidation, which you can find here. So yeah, that's the basics around balance transfers. I hope you found this video helpful. Do me a favor, give this video a like, share it with a friend. If you have any questions or you want to say hi, I will gladly say hi back. And as always, just happy to help. Next week's video is going to be on debt consolidation, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!